What's going on, y'all? I know it's been a long while since I've uploaded, but life gets busy sometimes, you know. But just finished the final upgrades. I sold the old Yamaha, the classic vintage Kodiak that we had for a little bit there, and one of the Hondas, and put that money towards our boys' final upgrades. So one, just had to have the Outlander. This is just a 2024 Outlander 500 non-power steering. 2023, they had a new leftover 23 Suzuki KingQuad 400 ASI. Just a quick overview. It's just gonna get dark on me. Just got them home. I only drove them around the dealer lots. You know, got a good feel of them though. Good feel for them. This machine's been around for years now. You know most of everything there is to know about it. Just silky smooth quality. We already know that. I usually bring those things up in my videos because it's important to me. The 400 definitely is the old school simple machine. It's the one that my son, I'm kind of proud of him. He wanted something that he knew was built well, and but Can-Am did a very nice job on the new Outlanders. I'll get to that in a second. So as far as the construction of the machine, there's really not a lot to go over. Most of all y'all that's been involved with power sports is going to already be familiar. Typical swing arm. I do wish that instead of it being a center line, that they either went left or right with it, but I do like the direct line of power. I would assume that should be a little bit better for putting power to the ground. The less angles, always better for sure, but obviously that's going to be bad for high centering on ruts, catching a rock. Really like the routing. This is the exhaust coming up high here, which I never really worry about the exhaust too much. You get in deep water, you can just put it in low range. As long as you keep your RPMs high, keeping the clutches spinning fast. Typically, they'll always keep water from being able to enter the exhaust. But the shocks are actually pretty soft. As far as the factory settings versus the factory settings on the back of the Outlander, they are stiff and they're set on the middle. Let's see. Storage definitely is lacking on the 400 ASI. This is all you get. This little storage box here that just pops up and opens. Small, but hey, it's better than nothing. Typical setup, air box under there. Fuel injection still comes with like a throttle body choke. Very simple. Cable actuated, two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive. Very simple gauge. Does its job though. But man, this thing, I think if you took care of it, I could see it lasting 15, 20 years. Easy, minimal maintenance. I love it. Simple or not. A lot of good ample room here. Winch installation should be pretty easy. But I'm not even gonna dig into much else. The KingQuad is your typical simple design. It's been around for a while now, and it's done right and done very well. Now, the redesigned Outlanders, I am actually very, very impressed. Can-Am has got some great ideas here. The storage in the front, this is a really nice storage compartment. It is sealed. There's a seal going along there. Now, how long that'll last, you know, your guess is good as mine. I'd venture it wouldn't take long before it started wearing out. But as you can see, here's a depth gauge. So that's nice. Seals down pretty good. I would like a little bit more good latch there, but it seals down good. Got your Q-Link quick connects. This is one feature that I really, really love. Let's see if I can do it with one hand while I'm holding my phone. You just twist these little twist pins here, and there's a little button right over here on the side, right there. You can push that in, and that pops loose, just like that. Easy access to your fuse box, but this is what I like. Here's your air filter, your air intake's up high. Here's your CVT intake. So to give you an idea, there's the top level, and you can see the intakes right there. So they're as high as this bulge. So you could literally be right along here, that deep in water, and you're good to go. As well as they vented the crank and the diffs. Here's your vent lines for those. They're routed up here as well. So super simple and easy to get to that. Fantastic job. That's great. I really like that. They also they put the P drive on these new mid-size Outlanders. This is a little weird to me. I mean, I get the ideas, the accessories that they have with what they're wanting to do with that, but I don't know. You're so used to this being up higher in the back. Here we go. Love that. There's easy access. They're now using coil pack. There's your spark plug right there. They did a really good job on the wiring. I'm actually impressed with the routing of all the wiring, everything. The battery is actually sealed in the back. I'll show you that in a second. But then so since it's sealed, here's your hot and negative post for you to jump or hook your tender charger to, whatever you want to do. But that's really neat. I like that. Easy access to that. This is the base model 500. It does not come with the diff lock. The Pro, you'll say diff lock right there on top of the switch, as well as it'll have the brush guard and the big bumper in the front. But you still do get the nice new LEDs that Can-Am's using. Storage compartment here as well. Pretty nice. And the higher end models get you the plug-in here to charge, and you can have your phone in there. But like I said, this is a base non-power steering 500. Now back here, your typical independent design. But what I'm so happy to see, sealed compressed bushings. Nothing to grease. Can-Am really aimed for reducing maintenance, which, they did a respectable job of approaching Japanese levels of fit and finish here. These, I don't know, that looks to be a little different than like my 1000 Outlander. It's getting dark, you can't hardly see that, but that design, that's a regular bushing, a sealed compressed bushing that the shock's mounted to. So I don't see there ever being enough heat from this to melt anything there, unless maybe, it might can melt that stopper. We'll have to see with time right there, because I know that was an issue on some of the bigger Outlanders. Like, my V-twin's not tuned yet, so yes, everybody knows they get very hot. But here's your battery in a sealed compartment right here. Let's look up here. Not quite as much mountain room for a winch on the Outlander 500. Unique design to these A-arms too. Look how they're mounted in front of what I guess you could still call this the bulkhead, but they're mounted here in front of it. They're swept. The owner, when we bought the machine, he was telling me that I wanted to say he said you could fit up to 30s with no lift, which looks about right, 29 30s. I mean, you got a lot of clearance there. I'm not sure about the full lock. I don't want to say something that's incorrect, but you could probably definitely easily put 28s or 29s on there with zero issues. Another thing I really like, they really did a good job as far as making these easier to work on, because typically Can-Ams get knocked on. Look how easy that is. This pops just right off, and there you go. Bingo. There it is right there. There's the oil filter. Transmission is bolted right against it, so you're gonna have probably the drain plug's probably gonna be close. Let's see. It's gonna be the water pump down there, it looks like. The linkage, let me tell you something. The linkage is designed so much better than on my 1000. Much better, much better. I will say though, the shifter on that KingQuad is just as good as the 750 KingQuad I had. Man, they do it right. the shifter on Brutes, the KingQuads, and even the Grizzly, but I'll put the KingQuads and Kawasaki's. Their shift linkage design is just the best. It's just perfect. I mean, perfect. But Can-Am, like I said, stepped it up big time on here. So, some people know and some don't. This is a 650cc single. They've already been using it, I think, for a couple years now, 2 to 3 in the HD7 redesigned Commanders. I feel like it's proven itself pretty well. The 500 has, I think, smaller or different cam lobes, and surely probably different ECU software, a little less aggressive tuning. It's the same motor. The 700 just gets the larger cam lobes and you know, more aggressive tuning would be my guess. Overall, same motor though. Other than that, to get the 10 horsepower difference, I think you got like 40 for this 500, and the output for the 700, I believe, is 50 horsepower. So very similar to the KingQuad 750. Let's see here. I think I've pretty much covered that. Really liking the improvement on the shift linkage. I don't think there was any more storage that I missed in the back. Comes with your automotive style receiver, whereas KingQuad, which I love this, already got the receiver on there, so I can just stick a ball on there, don't need a hitch. Really like that. Do wish that they would have already moved on from the drum brakes, but hey, it is what it is. O2 bung right here. Pretty good heat shielding. That's actually nice and solid. I'm really interested in seeing the fuel economy. I already know that's probably going to have really good fuel economy. Interested in this. The P-Drive, like I said, I drove them around the dealer. I haven't even really got to ride them yet. Definitely a lot smoother, and it's good, but it still catches pretty hard. Hopefully I can get some video of these as I'm riding later. I'm going to be riding with the boys with my 1000R or the X3, whichever. But when you first engage it, like in high range, and you go to blip the throttle, it's got a strong catch there. It engages very aggressively, just like this, boom. And versus the Quadmatic. I've always held the opinion that Yamaha Ultramatic and the Suzuki Quadmatic is just the best in business as far as CVTs. It's just butter smooth. There's no snapping. There's no anything. It just is what it is. But definitely fantastic job. I mean, like I said, Can-Am really, I'm impressed. I mean, this is extremely simple. They fasten in there easy, and here you go. I mean, shiny spark plug up there, easy access to the CVT housing here. Drain bolt there. You can see how open it is, even though my yard light's on. Hopefully y'all can see that. But really some good thoughtful engineering for once from a North American manufacturer. I think these Outlanders are built pretty well. Flukes can happen to any machine, of course, but I'm really impressed with the thinking they had here. Trying to think if I missed anything. Storage is good. Like I said, we'll hopefully get some riding in on here, and I can get back to uploading a few videos of testing them out and see how they each perform respectively on the trail. From the dealer lot, I mean, even though, you know, this is your typical dual shocks, swing arm solid rear axle is definitely softer. They got it sprung in the middle, and it's pretty stiff. But we'll see how it rides once we get rolling on it. But anyways, like I said, this is just an overview. The things I like, Can-Am definitely stepped it up big time. I'm impressed. I'm impressed. The KingQuad 400 is what most all of us involved in power sports already know it is. It's just a solid, simple, extremely reliable and durable workhorse. And frankly, I like the way it looks. I love that red. Like this gray, it's the first machine we've ever had that was gray. And we'll see how they both hold up, because they're gonna be around. These two are gonna be around for a long while, so we'll see. But y'all, thanks for checking in on the overview. Hopefully here soon we'll be able to get some video of them riding on the trails, get an actual opinion from after we get some miles on the two of them. But as always, thank y'all for watching. We'll see y'all next time. I did want to add real quick. I got everything put back together and got the seats back on. They did a really good job. This seat is very soft and comfortable. I mean, it's nice and plush, and it obviously, I mean, the one on the KingQuad is firm. It's a lot more firm, but it's a nice plush seat that they put on here. It's very comfortable. I love the way it feels when you're sitting on it, and even without power steering, when I kind of moved it around, drove it around here and parked on here, it steers easy. So anyways, just wanted to add that real quick. We'll see y'all next time.